Honorable Governor of Uttar Pradesh, Shri Ram Nayak, Honorable Minister of Labour and Employment, Government of Uttar Pradesh, Shri Shahid Manjur, founder of this institution, Shri Shiv Nadar, founder chairman of HCL and Shiv Nadar Foundation, Dr. S.N. Balkrishnan, Chancellor, Shiv Nadar University, distinguished members of the court and Executive Council of the University, distinguished members of the faculty, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. At the very outset, I would like to express my regret for my delayed arrival, which has caused inconvenience to you, but I had no control. It is because of the poor visibility. Took time for the helicopters to take off from Delhi and reach here. However, I am glad to be present amidst you today. We have heard of this institution, which is not very old, but it has its novel approach. And I would like to compliment Sri Shiv Nadar, the founder, chairman of HCL, for whose vision in the field of higher education. His foundation, set up 2 decades ago, has become an important platform for transformational education. The foundation has set up landmark institutions spanning the entire education spectrum, from school education to education at the university level. Shiv Nadar schools are emerging as important chain of progressive schools in the national capital region. Vidya Gyan and innovation in school education reaches out to the top of the bottom of the pyramid and creates leaders from all cross-sections of the society. India needs such powerful concepts in inclusive education as Vidya Gyan to build a successful and empowered future. Shiv Nadar University was established in the year 2011, just a few years ago. It was started with the goal to become a comprehensive, multidisciplinary and student-oriented institution focused on creating new knowledge and producing competent professionals. The university has since adopted a distinct curriculum to nurture students for the exciting opportunities of tomorrow. Its unique approach has potential to positively influence the higher education landscape in our country in the next 2 to 3 decades. Distinguished member of the faculties, dear students, ladies and gentlemen, after our independence in 1947, we embarked upon an economic development program with the launch of the first 5-year plan in 1951. But we recognized that in order to have the rapid economic growth and to take the country advanced from the impact of 190 years old colonial rule, we require competent personnel in different fields. So the rulers of the day decided to build up human resources. Naturally, the emphasis was on learning at the higher level, university, postgraduates, technical education, management, scientific research and development, and so on and so forth. As a consequence, when we began our journey, there are only 20 universities in 1950. And today, we have 712 universities. During this period, from 1950 to the end of the 12th 5-year plan, and it is continuing till now, the number of colleges have increased from 500 to more than 36,000. Today we have a host of technical institutions of excellence, 16 IITs, 30 NITs, scores of IISc, IISCers, IIMs, and National Law School. And it is expanding. It's a good sign. It will promote the areas of professional competence like engineering, science, research, management, and law. Some of the private institutions have ably complemented the efforts of the public sector institutions in meeting the high demand for the tertiary education of our society. Private institutions account for about 60% of the students enrolled in higher education. Though proliferation has led to greater access, its negative fallout on the standards is alarming. It is its declining quality of standard, particularly in the areas of the higher learning, is not reversed quickly. We will land ourselves in a scenario of having a large number of people with degrees, but not enough manpower with proficiency to meet the emerging requirement of our industrial sectors and other related sectors. We cannot afford to produce workers and professionals who fail to meet the skill levels requirement by a growing economic system. Hence, access to learning opportunities and the pursuit of excellence must both receive equal attention. I am happy to inform you that in 2015, 2 Indian institutions for the first time have been ranked within the top 200 world-class universities ranked by the internationally reputed rating agencies. And I am happy that at least these two institutions have come up, and I have no doubt that many more will join. Almost like a parrot, in all educational congregations, I draw the attention of my audience that not 1 or 2 years, but almost 1800 years, India led the international community in the area of higher learning. Universities like Takshashila, Nalanda, Varabi, Bikramshila, Sombihar attracted the brilliant mind in the form of teachers and students from far abroad. But, as I mentioned just now, nowadays, our universities, our institutions of higher learning are not up to the mark, and they must come up to the international standards. The Nadar University, which was built an impressive infrastructure, should be able to replicate these achievements here. This large campus of 286 acres should contribute to rich scholastic environment. Its residential character should help to nurture a strong culture of exploration, collaboration, and dialogue. Its schools should offer innovative courses in engineering, sciences, humanities, management, and entrepreneurship. My confidence is this university stems from the fact that the 2,000 students enrolled in its various programs are taught by quality teachers, including the faculty from renowned institutions abroad. This is very important. The cross-fertilization of mind and intellect. We must emphasize on exchange programs, and equally we must emphasize on research and development, on innovation. In today's world, it cannot be just theoretical, and we should build up a close linkage between the academic world, industrial community, society at large, and work together in harmony so that the requirements of each sectors of the society, each sections of the society are met by the growing academic community, IITs, NITs, universities, particularly universities like yours, can provide the incubation center, establish the research clubs, innovative clubs, interact with the local entrepreneurs, and provide the necessary ambient where the local talent, which is available in abundant quality, could be encouraged, and the innovations made by the local innovators could be transformed into an economic model with the help of industries and making it a marketable product. This is important. For a country like ours, which has significant younger population, majority of our population will be young, and more than often we speak, our policymakers take pride in describing that we have demographic dividend, because we will be able to provide the required working forces to the entire world which is aging. But at the same time, we shall have to keep in mind this dividend may be liability. If we cannot provide them the adequate skill, the required skill, which will enhance their employability, their utility in the ever-expanding market in the international world. And research plays the most important part of it. I remember in 1870 and 71, after the unification of Germany, under the able stewardship of Bismarck, he began the Industrial Revolution in Germany. He did not have the fortune, like his other European colleagues, most of which had huge colonies at their disposal, including the United Kingdom. Therefore, they had to emphasize on research and innovation. Industrialists were encouraged to build up series of laboratories. A chancellor, once he visited one such laboratory and asked the director of the institution, "Well, professor, what is your capital output ratio? How much you are spending, investing, and what is the return?" His reply was, "Mr. Chancellor, out of 100 rupees spending, I get results only in one. But the quantum of return," and then he smiled and looked at the Chancellor, that as Chancellor of the country will be interested in quantum of revenue, one innovation, one discovery will compensate many more times what you are providing us in the form of state subsidies or state grants. Therefore, this is the importance which we shall have to pay on the research, innovation, and linking it up with the academia and also the industrial world. Dear students, it is gladdening to learn that the class of 2015, those who are graduating of this university, have either bagged lucrative placements in reputed organizations or have secured admission for post-graduations in the top universities of the world. You have a great future ahead. You will make your families and your alma mater proud by following the values of perseverance, commitment, and hard work. You will raise the bar of performance and excel in your own chosen fields. You have all grown up and received education in a technology-driven world. You fully understand the power of technology as a tool of change. Blend your technological skill with your compassion to find solutions to the problems of your less fortunate brothers and sisters in the community. By this way, you can build a better future of our country. You can repay the trust that your countrymen has reposed in you by fulfilling your social obligations and paying the dividend to the society which has brought you up in this way. Excellence in education is but a road to a higher cause. Success is ultimately gauged by the transformation brought about by educated individuals. Inclusive development, for one, is a barometer of a society that has leveraged the forces of education well. For that to happen, though greater engagement at the grassroots levels is called for, many non-governmental organizations are doing commendable work in rural India in various sectors. Much more can be done if this voluntary sector is strengthened. The HCL citizens grant supports and facilities the institutionalization of the NGOs through the creation of strong governance framework and management capability. I take this opportunity to congratulate the first winner of the HCL Citizens Grant Award. The HCL Foundation has committed 100 crores rupees over the next 5 years towards this grant, as this grant is intended to bring in better governance into the social sector system. It will benefit the stakeholders in the long run. I applaud Shiv Nadar University for taking the lead in connecting the industry to the cause of the social upliftment. Distinguished students, faculty members, ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude, I would like to give one parting advice from an old man to much, much younger boys and girls. Move ahead. You have received best education in a highly qualified institutional setup from the most competent teachers and faculties. Nothing to fear. World belongs to you. You are to take the opportunities. No question of looking back. No question of carrying any baggage. Move ahead. The skill which has been instilled in you, the knowledge which you have acquired, the expertise which has been developed in you will help you in moving ahead and overcoming the problems one by one. I wish you Godspeed, all success in your future endeavors. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Jai Hind.